Diaper, and of course, got the beautiful co Sammy back in the building. And we popping up with another great episode tonight, man. And you already know how we got to start this thing off. We got to shout out to the sponsors. And the sponsorship queen is right here on the side of me, so she about to drop it like it's hot.
Shout out to Millie Moon Luxury Diapers for our luxury wiggler, waddlers, and our luxury toddlers. Use the promo code YOLEAK so you can receive 20% off your purchase of Millie Moon diapers. And ladies, let's not forget that special time of the month. Don't forget to get your Tampax Radiance Pass and use the promo code YORADIANCE where you can receive 20% off your purchase. You ready for this one, TSM?
Man, we got a lot to talk about today, man. A lot to dive into today. How you doing,
This,
Queen Naya? Thank you so much for being the first one in
hey,
here.
Naya,
We really appreciate that. Yeah, we got a heavy load
this,
today. It, it's been heavy loads though. It's been heavy loads. Think period of this podcast so far. These celebrities they starting to show out and they just giving us more. They giving us a lot to talk about. Um, I don't know if you saw. I sent a screenshot to you. So apparently, apparently, Corey Holcomb doxed my video.
are you serious?
Yes,
I didn't see that.
yeah, he doxed my video. So
What do you mean?
yeah, so
What?
YouTube had listed it as private, and I had to put a disclaimer in there and just some other stuff. I was really about to just delete it, but I figured out if it got to him, if it gets to other people, and it was just like, yo, what the hell, bro? Like, it's people that you can focus on. They got like 300K. Why is you? So it's just weird to me. But we'll talk about that later for another time. Cause I know you got some juicy topics.
Wow. Remember, I
Latanya,
told you
kicking
he
for the
said he
goal.
was
Thank you
coming.
so much. We appreciate you coming, Latanya. Fanny, say what up to Latanya. She done came through.
Hey, Latanya. Hey, girl. Hey, boo. Latanya be over there on fire. Yes, she do. Thank you, boo.
I
Um,
appreciate you
I
leaving
remember.
the sound too.
Remember, I told you he was talking about he coming for anybody who mentions him. But anyway, like you said, we'll talk about that for another day because I didn't see that. But hey, Deborah.
Yo,
Um,
what's up, Dad?
I it's been good. This has been interesting. I want to talk about these jewelers. Now, before we get into it, I want to say allegedly. I want to say allegedly because I have not purchased any jewelry from neither party, and I just want to say allegedly. So, with this being said, with the information that I do have, I'm gonna let TSM have the floor to ask his opinion about this. So, I just want to say these are our opinions, and this for educational purposes for anybody who want to go out there and purchase jewelry. And we're gonna say real jewelry. Um, and with that being said, I just want to say, um, it's very difficult having a business, but you do have to be professional when you start a business. And anybody that's into jewelry know that when you get jewelry, you will get a certificate of authenticity. And so with that being said, I want to say to anybody who go out there and purchase jewelry, make sure you get that certificate. Um, because you have your custom jewelry, you have you have jewelry of different levels. You have your real stones, and then you have I'm trying to be careful with my words. I want to be real, real careful with my words, but you get what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, two jewelers are allegedly being accused of selling fake jewelry to high profile celebrities. We're talking rappers, actors, actresses, um, people well known in the business industry. Um, and allegedly, one has been known that he's been doing this for years, and there's a demographic that they're targeting. And you know what demographic I'm talking about. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, TSM. Exactly. Miss Deborah got it. She caught it right away. So what are your thoughts on these rappers? We're gonna go into deep detail about it. What do you think about these rappers coming in and purchasing jewelry ranges from the price of anywhere from 50,000 all the way up to $1 million? What are your thoughts about that?
Before I give my answer, hey Ma, hey Miss Brenda, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all coming in. Fanny, say hi to Mama and Miss Brenda. They done came through.
Hey, the queens. Hey, Sissy Pooh. Hey, Miss Brenda. Hey, y'all. Thank you for coming, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sissy Helen, could
Um,
you please put the disclaimer in the chat? Because it's about to get a little hot up in here. So we need some we need some protection from the neglection. You feel me? So please put the disclaimer in the chat because thank you. Because TSM about to educate the people on about jury.
okay, so I would hope most rappers when they do spend that much, I would hope that it be an investment. Like not that they be losing money and need to, but like if they don't plan on like really having it as something that has sentimental value, I wouldn't recommend spending it. I wouldn't recommend spending that much. You got rappers who will buy a Rolex, right? Factory dial, the Rolex, let's say $10,000. Rolex costs about 10,000. You can get them for 10,000 to 15,000. Get a Rolex for $10,000, and let's say after you purchase that Rolex, 2 years later, you could probably sell that same Rolex for 15 or 20 grand. And these rappers take the Rolex and they bust it down with diamonds. And so even though diamonds are expensive, when they take that Rolex and they bust it down with diamonds, that depreciates the value. So now they paid 10,000 for it and they paid an extra 10,000 to get diamonds put in it. And when they resell it, they can only probably resell it for the band or the bezel or just the factory dial, probably $3,000 to $5,000. And so for reasons like that, I would hope when rappers make a big purchase, I would be smart and just like go with gold, like pure gold, natural gold. That's something that you can get back because gold prices go up and they go down. And this is the important part. You got four different types of stones. You got Cuban zirconia, which I probably was like 16, 17 years old when I used to wear it. It's the same thing y'all was seeing rhinestones. Like you see a lady with glasses, you see the little diamonds, that's Cuban zirconia. That probably cost the Chinese 2 cents to make, and they sell it to the U.S. probably for $5 per pound. And then you have moissanite. And I can probably give y'all a perfect example. This bracelet here is moissanite. Um, the stones in here are moissanite. Now y'all can see the difference. These right here are VVS diamonds, and this chain right here, you see how shiny it is? It's moissanite. Um, Moissanite is going to you're not gonna have to clean moissanite as much. Diamonds, loose stones. I probably got like 12 stones missing from here. I have zero stones missing from moissanites. They made in a lab. They are lab diamonds. Basically, they still expensive. Diamonds you could purchase for thousands of dollars versus moissanite you could probably spend 500 to $1,000, for one chain. And so, when you are, like I said, making purchases, and if it's something that you don't plan on keeping or having sentimental value, I wouldn't even recommend spending nowhere past like 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? Just as an investment opportunity. What's your question? Oh, we went VVs on a crushed diamond. On my, we couldn't play up here. Anything up in here, you know, this mouth got to be in certain places. I gotta make sure that's straight right there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that's good. Hey, 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 Sunshine, thank you for coming in. I gotta make sure that you're modded up, my sister. Fanny, so what's your take on everything I just said?
You're accurate, but I was more questioning the fact that you have celebrities that do free promo for these more famous jewelers. Like they will give them. I'm a because
I know.
what I'm
I mean,
about.
I know how that go. I know how that goes because there's a jeweler named Trax NYC. That's where I got these bracelets from. When Takashi 6ix9ine first came out, he popped up with like a fake chain. They did the diamond test and it was fake, and so that went viral. And Johnny, I think it was no, it was Trax NYC hit up Takashi 6ix9ine, gave him this big fat chain for like $100,000. That was the value of the chain, and we thinking 6ix9ine paid for this chain the whole entire time. And I think like 4 years later, Trax NYC got a video up and he was like, "Yo, you never even did the promo you supposed to did for the chain. So either you can pay me back the money for the chain, or you can do the promo." So a lot of times these jewelers will ask an artist to do promo. Sometimes these artists may be thinking that they getting a real deal. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it don't. It depends on who you go to. Certain people though, like I think Johnny Dane has been in the game since I was like 2 years old. I never heard of him having issues, and so it's just crazy.
Well, he's been having issues.
I think though, and let me hold on. I think that was, yeah, allegedly. I think that whole thing started when Sauce Walker took out the Johnny Dane and he
Allegedly.
put in it allegedly, and he put in the geos, and we seen the response video Johnny Dane did. You know, say what you got to say, but don't put my name. You know, you've been a customer for years, and it's just strange that like somebody like the character who allegedly saying this stuff, it's strange that that person would say something now that the beef is in the air, because it's like, damn, you have been a customer for over 30 years, and with your business, Mark, you mean to tell me you just now finding out some faulty things about jewelry? It's like a lot of stuff just don't be making sense. I, for me, allegedly, this is one of them cases where somebody's using their star power to try and convince his audience or the people that's rocking with him to not take part in business with this particular person. You know it and I know it. Music videos in the 90s and the 80s, these rappers, from Mike Jones to Paul to Nelly, Let Me See Your Grills, who was in all of those videos? Johnny Dang. We never heard of no Geo or no TV. Johnny, we ain't never heard of these dudes. We always knew of Johnny. Like, who is the Chinese dude in this video with all these studs? It was Johnny Dang. And so it's just like, nah, if anything come on his name, just me personally with the background that I have, I can't operate off that person's word, especially if you've been a customer for like over 30 years. Like that's like it's crazy.
To answer your question, no, not all jewelry is real.
He say,
You have your
let me tap in.
costume jewelry.
Let me tap in with this comment real quick. He say, get rid of the piercing. You look like a stud. Does that mean that you're paying more attention to me than the beautiful young lady on this side of the screen? And that was a guy, like, and that's the problem. Like, y'all be so far on TSM. Like, let's just be real, folks, real quick. Y'all be so far on my penis, bro. It's hard to tell where it begins and where it ends. It's like, bro, this chat is filled up with women. You don't see nothing but pink emojis and all that. A woman on this side, makeup did, nose did, everything did. She got a nose ring too. You focusing on the dude? You gay?
Um, to answer your question, you have costume jewelry and you also have jewelry that they use high quality glass and substitute for diamonds. And the thing of it is, like I said, when you have the real jewelry, it will come with a certificate of authenticity, letting you know that
Yeah,
those pieces are real.
the diamond, the diamonds come with GI. The diamonds come with a GI certificate. It's basically the same size as a medical marijuana card. I'll show y'all mine on the next live. I think I still got three left from my last three purchases, and all the other ones got lost in the move.
It will come with the GIA certificate of authenticity, letting you know that that stone is real. Um, and there's nothing wrong with wearing costume jewelry or cubic zirconian or whatever the case may be. But I think where the issue lies is when you pay an astronomical amount of money for pieces of jewelry and they're being sold as the real thing. I think that's where the problem lies. And I think that's why a lot of people who in the industry get into trouble. They're not educated or they don't educate themselves. They're just like, oh, they walk in and they have this money. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I gotta stress this enough. Sissy Helen, if you still in the chat, we gonna need for you to put the disclaimer through this chat. Woo! Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. YouTube, you hear me? Allegedly, allegedly. Icebox, I don't want no beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no beef. But your twin, everybody be like, oh my gosh, he looks like Young Thug. He looks like Young Thug. Your twin now, allegedly, they beef, they resolve their issue, but allegedly, that's what they were accused of doing. Lawsuits happened, this, that, and the third. It was a big mess. And the thing of it is, people have to understand just because you may have millions in your account, that doesn't mean you can afford. Because remember the video I shared with you with the guy who paid $1 million for his grill? Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
turned on,
Hey Ariana, thank you for coming, sis. Fanny, say hey to Ariana. She done came through.
hey, Ariana, hey, boo. Thank you so much for coming. When a jewel turns green. Oh, that's fake. That's fake. Your jewelry
Yeah,
should
yeah,
not be turning green.
yeah,
It
yo.
should not be turning green. It should not be
It shouldn't
turning
turn
green at
green.
all.
It shouldn't fade on the back. It shouldn't be brown. Everything should be the same exact color.
Yeah, it should not be turning. and and I just think a lot of these jewelers is just so they target a certain demographic and and I just feel like you got to be careful when you purchase anything. You
Yo,
got to
if you watch
educate
any,
yourself.
you can't watch any base metal jewelry. Like if it's fake, even I mean, if it's turning your skin green, that's not good for your skin. Try a different coating. They do got like different base metals, like stainless steel and stuff like that. So if you just don't, if you somebody who can't afford it, get you some stainless steel, put it on, and it won't turn you green.
Even if you wash it. So if you wash your jewelry and it turn it's if you that's not real jewelry if it's turning green. That's not real. Don't get me wrong, they do have some costume jewelry that are really nice. Um it's it just depends on where you go get it from. They really do have some nice costume jewelry pieces and stuff like that, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it
No,
at
no,
all.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Go to JC Penney. Got some. They got some hot. They got some hot stuff. Victoria's
No,
Secret got some. Victoria's Secret got a section where they got little bangles and little bracelets and stuff.
Yeah, they got you. It depends on where you go. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the mall and you go to Swarovski Crystals, they got some beautiful jewelry in there. Absolutely beautiful, stunning. You know what I'm saying? And it's a little pricey, but you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful jewelry, you know, but I just think people just need to educate themselves. Because you could easily be bamboozled if you really don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like I would never.
I was watching a video of these young men. My jeweler she sent me the video, and she sent a young man. They went into like the gold store to sell their grills out of their mouth, and the guy put them in a machine because now they don't have to like scratch them or put the acid on it. Now they have a machine where you put it inside like this box, and it'll read how much gold is inside. And the guys took the gold out their mouth, washed it off, the grills out their mouth, washed it off, and give it to the guy so he could test it. And the dude told them like, "Yo, your grill is aluminum from copper and aluminum." And so these dudes be trying to they be trying to go into like these people that do it in their home. That's not good to do it, even if it's cheap. If you can't afford it, don't get it yet. Cause they can be selling you something that'll mess your teeth up and mess your health up and mess your mouth up. Ain't no telling how long they was walking around with copper and aluminum in their mouth. And probably pay like which not bad, but probably pay like $200 or something like that. But still, it's like, yo, I can only imagine they pain when they found that out.
I think people be focused too much on the wrong thing. And this is the question. This is the question I want to ask you because I was having a conversation with somebody earlier that I had shared. I had shared the video with, and I'm just curious on your opinion about this. What are your thoughts about you going to spend up to 50K for a piece of jewelry and you don't own any property? Would you say that person's priorities are messed up, or what would you say about that?
That person just is bad with money. Some people not good with money. Um, that would be just a bad investment in all overall. Even if the outcome turn out good later on down the road, it's not gonna be good for you financially wise.
Um, because we were talking about um, I can't remember what the rapper was, but he went and spent um I think it was up to like $250,000 or something on some jewelry, and come to find out he was renting in an apartment that he couldn't even afford, and I was like, wait a minute, that don't make sense to me. So you know me, I gotta research. I gotta see what's going on. Yep, he spent all this money and he was living in an apartment um with this young lady, and let's just say they wasn't paying market rent. I'm gonna just say that. And but he was well known in the neighborhood. He's an up and coming artist. And I'm just like, wait a minute, this don't make sense. This is not making sense to me. In a situation like that, what advice would you give to an up and coming artist who's well known, and but they haven't broke through the industry yet? They well known though, and they good at what they do, but they feel like they gotta look the role, and they willing to spend all this money on jewelry, grills, clothes, but they absolutely do not own anything. They're not putting their money and investing in it in the right places. What advice would you give to an up and coming
I would,
artist?
I would, I wouldn't, I wouldn't so much try to give advice. I would try to be an example, and just try to walk them through certain things. I would definitely show my status, teach them distribution, um, teach them how to license their music, and possibly how to get that LLC, and try to walk through it with them. It's easier to give somebody advice. I mean, it's easy to give somebody advice, but to walk somebody through it and see the results is real different. And I'm not trying to sound like cliche or perfect or anything like that, but when it comes to like the music aspect, like that's what I love. I love to help mold an artist. Even though I'm still in a phase of molding myself and pushing my own brand out, but I love nothing more than to bring creativity out of artists. So I will walk them through the road myself. And I just want to say this for the chosen in the background. Only thing y'all can say about me is I'm gay, and I find that pretty funny because it ain't nothing but ladies over here. So I don't really get when y'all say that. That's all y'all can really say about me. Y'all can't really say anything about my looks. I know I look good as hell. Y'all don't crush my spirit. Y'all coming over here, y'all generating me more views. Y'all getting me up. We about to hit 7 million views. So y'all not really gonna hurt me. I understand what it is. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bumping over here and it's a bunch of females over here. I kind of get it. But y'all not gonna stop me from doing what I need to do. Rocking out. I get compliments every single day from women. Why would I need to worry about what one of y'all dudes got to say? Like it's just not making any sense. And then it's people that's not even support me. Like I don't see these people in the comments or anything like that. I only see them when it's time to troll. So y'all can keep calling me gay, whatever the case may be, whatever y'all want to do it. But I'm just gonna keep elevating. I'm gonna keep getting millions of more views. I'm gonna keep getting more sponsorships. I'm gonna keep running it up. And y'all just gonna keep watching. So hey, Miss Shari, thank you for coming in. We appreciate that.
Um, I just thought it was a very interesting topic only because I've seen so many artists that they go broke. They don't have a plan B, and they well
Let
known.
me tell you something about that. It's hard to take an artist that didn't have nothing and they have a lot of money. It's hard for them to sit down and think about, okay, I need to get a management, I need to get a PR, I need to get a financial advisor. They too busy spending that money. A lot of them, nobody sit them down and tell them like, yo, you're gonna need a financial advisor, you're gonna need a management for when you out of place. When you got that much money, can't nobody tell you what to do. Everybody is this. The yes man. Oh yes. Oh yes. Do this song sound good? Oh yes. Do this videos look good? Oh yes. There's a bunch of yes men. And so a lot of them, they mistakes start by not putting themselves in the right management. And even if they do place themselves in management, some of it don't be the correct management. For example, look what Blueface is going through now. He probably had to go to court to get his money from the last boxing match he did. And his management is he have a manager, Whack 100. Like how the hell you let your artist do this big ass event and not get paid? Everybody else got paid, but your artist. And so a lot of times it be management, not having management or having the wrong management.
I absolutely agree. You have to have the right team around you, and a lot of times the artists um, don't always listen to sound advice because they are the artists. And a lot of times you have to love that person enough to be like, hey, look, I'm in it because I want to see you win. I don't want to see you go broke within the next 2 years because you're not putting your money in the proper places. And at the same time, you have to educate these people too, to let them know, like, hey, if you don't have the means to spend $250,000 on a piece of jewelry, and you're not willing to take that same amount of money and then invest it in something else, and that person just flat out refuses to listen to you,
Now, let me stop you
then
again. Let me stop you again because you probably heard this case. You probably haven't. There's a guy in Detroit that hit the lottery for I think let me be clear, maybe $70,000. I think he hit for 70 grand. He stayed in Detroit, and he spent $50,000 on a necklace. And he went into the gas station to buy some cigarettes or something, and it two young dudes snatched that necklace off of him so quick. He didn't have insurance. He wasn't an artist. So it's not like this is gonna be backed up. Just a regular life person, regular living civilian. They get 70 grand and spend 50 of it on a necklace. No insurance, no nothing. And they get snatched off his neck the next day. Terrible investment. So I say things like that is bad to invest in. Now, if he had brought a property, and licensed insurance that property, and something happened to that property, just how something happened to his necklace, something would have happened to that property. Guess what? Insurance would have took care of that. He would have got his property and his business up and running, probably even better than before. So sometimes the wrong investment can.
And that's the point that I was making. You have to educate yourself. You can't always think that that money is going to be there. You have to invest it in other things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you have to be careful too with your investment, and you have to have, like you said, a financial advisor. You have to have entertainment attorneys. You have to have PR people. You have to have certain people in place that's going to protect your investment, whether you regular Joe down the street or Joe who owned 20 businesses or somebody in the entertainment business, because you know there have been plenty people in entertainment who have gone bankrupt because they had people watching over their finances that were actually stealing from them. And the thing of it is, you have to have the right people around you who don't look at you as a paycheck, who not looking at you as a come up, but have your best interest in heart, and certain things are set in place so that you won't be another casualty of another story that we're hearing. He's broke. He's bankrupt. He has nothing. Only thing you have is a piece of jewelry around your neck, but you don't have a place to lay your head. And I'm pretty sure, hey Lisa, Lisa Stocks can tell you more about that because that's so true. A lot of people are so afraid to invest in themselves because they care too much about what the outside world think. They got to go out here and have this $1,000. Because when I seen the video of the young man who paid $1 million for a grill, I'm like, you paid $1 million? That's a lot of money. Do you think a lot of people is being used for what they have? Absolutely. Yep. Yep. And I just think a lot of people don't think about long term. They think about that quick gratification, that moment. You know what I'm saying? So my next question to you, TSM, what are your thoughts about being an independent artist versus, well, I know what your thoughts are, but for the people who may not know, what are your thoughts about being an independent artist versus being a signed artist?
You got my audio? You can hear me?
I hear you. I don't know what happened, guys. He'll be back. But until he comes back, once again, shout out to Millie Moon Luxury Diapers for our luxury Wiggler Wattlers and our luxury toddlers. Go get your Millie Moon diapers and receive 20% off your purchase using the promo code YOLEAKS. And let's not forget um, to use Tampax Radiant Pass and use the promo code Your Radiance to receive 20% off your purchase. And shout out to the Cloud Watchers, the
I'm
Replay
back. I'm back.
Gang,
You can
and
hear me?
Reverb Nation, and everybody in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. My question to you was, what are your thoughts about an independent artist and a signed artist? I know what your thoughts are, but can you share those thoughts with the people who may not know?
Yeah, definitely. I watched an interview years ago that stuck to my head even today. I got the best advice as an artist, and it was so simple. I didn't think it would help me in my career, but it did. Um, and this leads to what you was just saying about the young man being broke and whatever the case may be. The slow road is the best results you're gonna get. Owning 100% of your publishing, 100% of your masters, because in the end, what's gonna happen is about the loans that you get, you have to pay back. So you're automatically putting yourself in debt. Okay, so when you put yourself in debt like that, it's gonna be difficult to recoup everything. And once you can't do that, that's when they take control of you. You can't drop music on your own behalf. You can't do anything, interviews, anything that consists in your image making money. You cannot do that, or the finances go straight to the masters, which are the people whom you are signed to, depending on which type of contract that you could sign. And so, do you want to look like the rapper and look like the man, but be broke, or do you rather take that slow road and stack up and really be who you say you are? And so, I think the best advice I was told was to take the slow road and own all your masters, than to take that percentage that you're gonna have to pay back. That's gonna always keep you in debt. It's like a never-ending loop. We never heard of one, and y'all can let me know if I'm wrong, but we haven't heard of one successful artist that signed a contract and that fulfilled the contract and that was happy with the contract. And we all, even though the great late Michael Jackson was trying to get out of his contract deal with Sony before he passed away. And even now, this guy is a hell of an artist and he's funny as hell. Finesse two times. He's going back and forth with Rap A Lot Records, Jay Prince. He's trying to get out of his contract because he can barely make any money. And it's just, I mean, the list goes on and on. So is the proof is there in your face. We haven't heard of one successful artist that said I signed this contract and I had a very successful career. And every artist that I heard of that signed a contract asked for out of their contract not too long ago after.
Can you educate the people on the 30-60 deal? Can
Yeah,
you
so a 360 deal is okay. So basically, when you get an average deal, the average deal will consist of something like they want 70% ownership of your music, probably 15% of your royalties that you will be getting back from their music, and you will probably overall be making a good, 16% for yourself. 16%. That don't sound like a lot, but that's what you'll be making on a regular basis contract. Now, 360 deal is a lot more because you are going through two different companies. You have to pay the management that's managing you. That management is connected with the company that you're assigned to. So you have a contract with the manager that's connected with the company, may I add. And so basically you paying a company twice out of what you get. And so versus you getting that 16%, you got to automatically cut that company 50%. So 50% is automatically going to your record company. The management want, let's say, out of your 50%, he's going to want like 80% of that. And then you have to pay for your own, transportation. You have to pay for a lot of other stuff, and that's where most of your funds is going to from the beginning. Now, this is right here is what's going to kill you. After you're already receiving 10% of, let's say, $300,000, you ain't done yet. You got to deal with Uncle Sam, the IRS. Let's say that contract left you with $200,000. That 360 deal, out of that $200,000 in between your management and your production company, you don't get that 300,000. You're probably gonna get 30,000 or 40,000, and you still have to pay taxes after that. So you're not really making nothing. You're making pennies off a dollar. And as far as royalties, you get no royalties. You're just making what you can get off shows. They put you out there. They tell you we can make you famous. Whatever you can put out on your own as far as going to do shows and performance, you keep that money to yourself. But any music, any interviews, any appearances, all that come to us. We're gonna split that me and the management, and so that's gonna be a 360 deal for you guys.
Naya wants to know what happens if you don't pay it.
Well, that's where they call. I know you heard this. Where they say they shelf you, they put you on a shelf. You ever hear people say, "Dang, you know what? I wonder what happened to old boy. He had that one song. That song was hard. Why he ain't never come up with no music? He fell off." No, he didn't fell off. He wasn't able to pay that money back from the contract he signed. So the record label, of course, the contract says if we don't get this money back, you're not allowed to record any more music. You're not allowed to do any interviews. You're not allowed to do anything. Basically, the only thing that you can do as an artist, a popular artist as you are, you can go and get a regular job. And we're still going to take something out of that. We have to. You owe us this money. So out of your regular job, while you're the most famous person working at McDonald's and your check probably $200, we're going to take 150 out of that. You'll be making $50 every 2 weeks working at McDonald's. So you don't pay your money back. You can't make money through music or your face or your voice. The only way you can make money when you don't pay that money back is to go get a regular job. And mind you, they still take your check out of that regular job. So ain't no escape. That's why they say. That's why people say this ruined my life. This ruined my career. You hear another celebrity say, "Yo, you probably happier than your favorite rapper right now," because they know once that management and once that production company done with them, and that they can't make money from that no more because they didn't make what they supposed to make to pay them back. They have no choice but to either go get a regular job or to do nothing. And so yeah,
Again, that's why it's very important that you educate yourself and you have the right people around you, the right team around you, because but what if they don't want a job? Then you still have that debt you got to pay. This debt doesn't go away. You still have that debt,
yeah, and
you
they
know. And I
could,
think
that right there. That's where when you can't pay, they wrap you into stuff like um what is it? When you have to go probation and you have to go volunteer for certain, to make certain hours, you will definitely be working as a volunteer out there on a highway picking up trash or whatever they can volunteer you to do, a cashier, whatever they can volunteer you to do. They're gonna get a way to make their money back off of you one way or another. Really, the prison and the jails, they make money off of human bodies. So ultimately, if you don't pay that money back, they're gonna get it from you one way or another. Whether it's your body sitting in a jail cell and that jail recuperate all that money after 7 or 8 years or however long it takes them to recuperate what you owe them. But you're gonna come up off of it one way or another.
and that's why you have to educate yourself because a lot of people only look at the finished product. They be like, "Oh, she or he, they wearing designer, they're wearing all this nice jewelry, but at what price?" A lot of celebrities, what they won't tell you when you see them, a lot of their stuff is rented. They don't actually own any of it because they can't afford it. But it's a lifestyle that they have to project. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle they have to project. And the thing of it is, let me ask you this. With that being said, TSM, you know that to be true. A lot of them they renting their stuff. Do you think that's wise on their behalf, or do you feel like that's more of control over in the industry, or it work both ways?
Definitely wise on their behalf because you got to think about it. Whether they doing it for the image or not, you got to realize people gonna talk anyways. Whether you purchase it or not. If you brought it, they probably gonna call it ugly, say you got the wrong color, that ain't the right year, that ain't the right model. People gonna find something to say anyway. So if you're purchasing it to show it off and you're doing it in a rental perspective, I really respect that. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money just to impress other people at all.
I agree because, like I said, it's a lot of people. Like when you see people in those luxury homes and cars and jewelry, those stuffs are rented. Those are rented, and that's not. It's nothing wrong with it because the industry is a lifestyle. You do have to project a certain type of persona in order for your records to sell. People even to recognize even who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when I be talking to TSM, TSM been an independent artist for a very long time. He himself still be shocked. Well, how they know about little old me? What you mean? What do you mean? Like, what are you trying to say? But what are you getting at, sir? And it's just like you have to in this industry,
Get off the couch.
you have to
Sorry.
be,
Talking to your turtle. You wanna say hi to him?
yes. Put my baby up
Turtle,
there.
say hi. Come say hi. Say hi. Yeah, just say hi loud. Say it out loud.
Hi, baby. You better leave my turtle alone. You know that's a no no. You better leave my turtle alone. Um, I think a lot of people gotta understand entertainment is a lifestyle. Not everything you see, just like on social media, it's a lifestyle. It's not what you really think it is. It's just not. It's not what you think it is. And I think that's what get a lot of people in trouble. They think when people click on these cameras or whatever case may be, that's what it actually is when it's not. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these celebrities, people who are business savvy, who are educated, who have the right team around them, they have longevity, whether you see them performing, because a lot of artists that you don't really see performing that much are now business owners, they're producers, they're writers for other artists, and so on and so forth. And I think when you set yourself up for something like that, you're creating generational wealth versus you coming out and you spending all your money and you have absolutely nothing to show for it. Because you got to remember, you only as hot as the next act. Let me repeat that. You're only as hot as the next act, meaning that everybody got to pass that baton off to somebody else. You could be the hottest artist for the next 10 years. Guess what? It's somebody else in line waiting to take your spot. Not that you didn't deserve it, not that you're not hot anymore, but you're only as hot as the next act. Meaning, let's think about the artists that we had in the 90s: Snoop, Dr. Dre, Tupac, Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, Tupac and Biggie, but you really don't see Dr. Dre and Snoop really putting out music like that. It's because they're doing other things. They have invested in themselves. They're doing other things. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't understand that. You just can't come out here and be like, okay, I'm gonna just rap. That's it. What else? Okay, but once that's over with, then what you gonna do? Then what's next? Because really, TSM, can you see yourself rapping when you 50, 60, 70 years old? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you see yourself rapping at that age? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you got it, you got it. But if you, what else can you do? Can you write music? Can you produce? Can you write for other artists? You know what I'm saying? Can you manage other artists? You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing people got to understand. You got to be open to the possibility. You know what I'm saying? You only as hot as the next artist. Would you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree. It's become popular for rappers to branch out. I remember when it wasn't so cool. I remember they was talking about DDG. Like, oh, he's a YouTuber. He's trying to rap. Blah 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 blah. And now you got rappers trying to be YouTubers, YouTubers trying to be rappers, and so now it's like a full on circle. It's cool to reach out to other destinations to make sure you got backup plans. I get it all the time, bro. You need to upload more music. It's like, bro, how much y'all want to hear me rap, bro? Don't y'all want to see me act? Don't y'all want? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how much y'all want to see me rap? Like, I get it. It's cool. Like, we got a list of music that y'all can listen to, but it's like, let me try something else. I don't want to be boxed into one thing, because like I say, You can't operate off one meal your whole life. You're gonna have to eat something else eventually.
I agree with that. But I think a lot of people, like you said, they get stuck in one box and they're afraid to branch out. Because if you write your own music, you can write for other people as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people are afraid to branch out because they don't see themselves being other than what they started. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you, like, hey, do this. You could do this. You could do this. And I think a lot of people are afraid. I think that's their biggest thing is fear that's holding them back. And it's so sad and so unfortunate when I see so many talented people, careers are just gone. They're just gone because they have not been taught that they're capable of doing other things other than what we first saw them as doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe it or not, Beyonce write for other people. Beyonce got a hairline, perfume, alcohol, all that. She's doing it all. She branching out other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B coming out with a hairline. You know what I'm saying? They're branching out to other things. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to throw, while you throwing all of that out there, I just want to throw this out there. I know y'all be saying the baby cook on live and all of that, but I was like the first rapper to actually do that. You know, Soldier Boy say he the first to do. I literally was the first rapper to say I'm gonna cook live on this thing, and so yeah. After that, it's just like I'm not saying they got it from me, but like I was one of the first ones. Rappers were scared to do stuff like that. They only wanted to show the cool side. You know what I'm saying? The jewelry, the cars, the women, the shows. They just wanted to show the cool side. And I'm like, man, forget that. And so yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. But you give anybody credit.
Yeah, you gotta branch out to other things. Look, you got LL acting. You know what I'm saying? You got Ti. He don't acted in some films. You know what I'm saying? And I just a lot of people are
Yo,
afraid to step
respect
out.
to him. He's doing comedy now, stand up comedy. So shout out to Ti for that. You saying that? Yeah, Ti
No,
is
I didn't
doing
know
like
that.
he's doing like real life like stand up comedy, like Cat Williams and like he killing it too. Like people think he funny as hell. Like he's a full comedian now. Like yeah, I'm gonna send you the video. Listen, we got to get ready to get out of here. Before we do, I want to say a couple things. Go check out Shut Your Mouth, the sneak peek. I know y'all probably checked it out. Go check it out again. Y'all ain't comment, go comment. If you did, go comment again. Let me know that you watched twice. So that the new people coming to watch it and they look in the comment section, they can know, okay, this good to where his community watching it twice. And so get them a reason to want to watch it. Also, shout out to May May. We're gonna be doing more music together. I don't know if Fanny uploaded the song or not, but we're gonna be doing more music together. I'm gonna try to get some more episodes of Who's Your Man out, cause I know I'm about to be busy with this movie. This ain't one I want to play with. I probably want to make this like a good 40 minutes. So I'm gonna be busy like a week or two on this movie, and so so just wanted to say that if I slow down on Who's Your Man, y'all know why. It's just cause I'm gonna be working on a film, but going to try to do that in between. Fanny, you got any last minute wrap ups?
Yeah, I also want to say shout out to Ashley, Nicole. Shout out to you as well. For you getting great numbers over there on your road on the road with Ashley. And shout out to everybody who watched, came over and watched and supported and liked and comment. Leave a comment. It's okay to comment. Do you like it? Is it funny? Do you get a
Can't
kiki
stress
over
that
there?
enough. Can't stress it enough. Go ahead and say it again, Fanny.
Comment over there. Let the people know that you liking what they putting out because it's up and coming people that's working over here that you may or may not ever heard of. Like shout out to May May. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my theme song. That's my theme song. May May, you killed it with that one. But Shout out to you. Shout out to Ashley Nicole. Shout out to every all the artists that's up and coming, past, present, and future. Shout out to each and every one. Shout out to Sissy Helling. She over there killing it with the one way situation. She got the kings versus the queens over there. Shout out to you. And it's just like I want everybody to support, 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 support. And I just want to say,
Speaking of Mama Helen, I be saying to y'all Reverb Nators and her comment. Y'all be trying to copy off me because I left that one cool comment and used the word hair wrap in the comment and made it sound cool as hell because that's what I do in my raps. Now y'all want to come there and try to overshadow talking about I was wrapped up into this. I see what y'all be doing, but it's all good though. Reverb Nation. Oh yeah, and shout out to you, Miss Brenda. We really appreciate you coming over here and rocking with us at this time of night. I just can't stress that enough.
I just want to say thank you so much for supporting each and every one of them. It means a lot to me just to see them grow and take off and venture off into other products, productions and stuff like that. So I just want to say kudos to y'all and congratulations to each and every one of y'all. Um, TSM, you want to close us out in a prayer?
It's on you this time, ma'am. I did it last time.
Unfortunately, I have to remind you that's not true. That was false. That was my prayer last time. But if you would like for me to do so, I have no problem.
Yeah, you can do
Father,
so because I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna make sure you know what you're talking about. You know me.
it was me, but it's okay. It's all right. I mean, it happens. I get it. I understand. Father God, I just want to say thank you for gathering us together once again, protecting us, watching over us. I thank you for always being at the right place and at the right time, bring the right people across our path and delivering us from the wrong people. Father God, as we separate tonight, I thank you for your protection, your guidance, and your strength. Thank you for once again for tonight's sponsors. Thank you for the replay game, the cloud watchers, our haters, of course. Shout out to Reverb Nation. Thank you, Father God, for TSM himself. Thank you so much for this opportunity to join us together, whether it be in laughter or educational purpose. We thank you for your presence once again. It's in Jesus' name we thank you. Amen.
All right, y'all. Till next time. Y'all sleep.